Oh, hi there. Cello. Hey now. Hola. And ba weep grana weep ninny bong. However you want to say it. Welcome to that Kev1 show. Hey. To paraphrase Doc Brown's journal entry from 1955. The time is sunny, the sky is wet, and it's a perfect day for that Kev1 show. Today's guest is a friend of the show. Back in episode 31, you might recall Tune Effect, an album most of us played on the show. It was so epic, so awesome. A lot of you were like, wait, we can't find Slim Man. Well, Slim Man is spelled with an dollar sign, like S dollar sign, and Slim Man. So look for it there. A lot of you did say you found it with Tune Effect, the album, so cool. We're going to hear Slim Man speak today in an exclusive interview. His first. Ow! Let's see, but first, the techs were really hyped. They want to do something new. They want to send me a questionnaire from you guys, from my Patreons, without me seeing it at all. So they want me to go in fresh. Let's see, okay. Joy from Rancho Cucamonga asks, "What's your pet peeve?" I thought it was something crazy juicy. What's your favorite sexual position, Kevin? Pet peeve. I feel like I've talked about some pet peeves here and then. I try to stay, positronic, supersonic. I mean, you gotta let stuff kind of roll off your back and always move forward. But let's see. You want an answer to that, though, right? You know what I mean? Yeah. I do get road rage when I'm in a hurt, not like violent, but I get a road rage for sure. When you're in a mad hurry, and it feels like this won't be my official answer because it seems like everyone gets road rage to some extent. But doesn't it? It's like it feels like. I know this isn't some level on ours, but it's like when you literally not feels like, but have like a bunch of stuff to do. You got to get to a store and then another store, and you got to get gas before you get to this place, drop stuff off, and then go somewhere else, and then to meet someone. And it just feels like everyone else is just lollygagging on those days and just driving so slow in front of you, not making the light. We both could have made that green, not moving right when it's green from red on those days, and it just feels like you have so many things to do, and it just feels like they're driving like it's just Sunday fun driving, like. Why are you on the road? Why are you in a car? Why aren't you walking or on a bike? Pet peeve. What really? Okay, this might be a male, I don't know, testosterone thing. Because I've noticed, and thankfully, maybe I'll meditate on it too, though. But it stays internal for the most part. Now, work through it's all good, and I don't stress over it. But I've noticed at the gym. You try to go to the gym X amount of times a week and all that. But man, have you noticed? I know every gym goer has to feel this way. You go to a gym. Say you can go to a chain of gyms. So you might go to different locations or whatever. And sorry, yeah. Oh yeah, the microphone. I'm walking around the mic now because I'm like, yeah, and another thing. Yeah, give me the signal if you can. It's like, but you're in a gym, a gym. I go to a chain where there's a different one. So if I'm here or there, I can go to my spot, get the workout in. So it's on me. It's one of the reasons I paid that. And we're still good. Okay. I saw a light change on the thing. But there's at every gym you go to, there's one machine, and maybe on one of the gyms, one of the locations, there's a bunch of, say, the crunch machine, this ab crunch machine. There's like 3 different kinds, 5 different kinds, But on this one, it's one location. There's always just one, or there's one pull machine you like. The other ones have a bunch of pull machines. There's one kind of this. There's one whatever rack. There's one, at this location, a location in question. Yeah. And you, without fail, I mean, it's like, I won't lie and say it's all the time, but it's like 25% of the time, maybe it's open. You're like, oh, it's some level, probably less than 25%, but it's to some level where you're like, oh my God, it's there. Like a ray of light is on it in the forest, in the glen. It's, butterflies and squirrels are spinning around it. But usually there's someone on it. Okay. It's only one of these machines. Okay. But That's not the pet peeve. Pet peeve is people work around from they're on the machine on their phone. We're still the light keeps changing. Okay, tell me later on a commercial. um, they're just on their phone, chilling there, and everyone's on their phones. Everyone's on their phones. You probably on your phone right now. You're probably listening to this on your phone. I don't know, or whatever, But you're at the gym, dude. You're paying to be there. You're paying to go to the gym, and you're on the one machine. You have to know that's the one machine of that, and you're on it on your phone, on your phone, on your phone, on your phone. You don't need to pick for 15 minutes the perfect soundtrack to do your 7 crunches or whatever you're gonna do, buddy. Maybe you're gonna do a bunch. I don't know. I want to do 100. Can you get out of the way? But it's like, or can you be working? Heck, I'd even respect it more if they were working on that machine, a machine, whatever machine, all day, but they're working. You know what I mean? Like, shit, is that The Rock with a wig? Who is this? All right, I guess I'll do some other muscle groups. You know what I mean? But if the same thing, I'll try to find. But the sitting on the machine, on their phone. Or it's almost as bad as when they're just talking to like a gaggle of friends. They're just sitting there. I'm like, dude, that's another one. I mean, well, there'll be another one. I don't want to have a whole episode about gym pet peeves. Real quick, another gym pet peeve. Okay, this one's gonna be ridiculous. This one I'm gonna say, I want you to message me guys and say, well, come on, Kev, or yeah. But okay. I've noticed this, and this is like this. This shouldn't annoy me. I'm almost feeling like this should not annoy me, but it does. Okay. Well, because yesterday I was walking by a guy. He was doing push-ups, and he's like in the walkway. And I've noticed people do push-ups in the gym. I've noticed that usually when they're grunting, it's like, what are you doing? You're doing push-ups. It's like, but it's like, you've drawn my attention, and now it's like, why are you doing push-ups? This is the pet peeve of mine. You ready? Why are you doing push-ups in a gym? You could do push-ups at home. If you're in jail, you could do push-ups. If you're in a supermax prison, you're a crazy killer, and you got in a fight in the commissary, in the cafeteria, and you're throwing the hole even. Guess what? There's room for your body to lay down. You could do push-ups there. You could do push-ups at home. And you're doing push-ups on the ground in public. When you're paying to go to a gym, how about you get on a machine that is more than your weight? I'd respect it even if like you have a friend there and they put like a plate on your back while you're doing push-ups. Oh, maybe. And I'm not talking about the ones that are in the area, like every gym typically has if not always, like a hardwood floor room where they do classes, but 90% of the time it's just like people in there with yoga mats doing whatever. Do your push-ups there. Okay, maybe you're busy and this is your time of the day where you do your fitness really quick only. But dude, you have time to do push-ups in the morning when you get up if you do push-ups, or at night or whatever. It's push-ups, and guess what? You're not doing 90. You're doing 12. Or whatever I see, I'm not counting, but that's about how many you're doing. These guys. But it's like, and you're doing it in the way, and you're doing it loud and obnoxious. Like, dude, you're doing push-ups. It's loud and obnoxious when the freaking 55-year-old guy on steroids is like making sex noises, lifting way too heavy weight, and he drops the weights hard. I'm like, okay, well, don't say the P word, but you're kind of giving off, that was a little too much weight for you. You had to drop your weights. Like, you're not a big boy, buddy. So stop, chill. It's like the little dick energy guys on the motorcycles revving it all loud past the Quintera, or people waiting in line outside somewhere. Anyway, but yeah, and maybe that's the testosterone flowing and pumping. And like, what are you doing, guys? But it's like, no, those things make some sense. At least I know I'm not crazy. But tell me if you feel like, Kevin, let me do push-ups. No, it's when they're in the walkway. It's like, dude, you're in the walkway. If someone steps on your hand or something or trips on you, you can't be mad at them. Go get on a freaking machine, or go in the area. Every area has like those what do you call those? They're like foam blocks or whatever they're made of, where people are jumping on them. There's always like a little mat area where people are doing stretches and push-ups. I've probably seen people do push-ups and not even notice a billion times because they're doing it in quote the right area in quote, or at least an acceptable area. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, go to the hardwood floor room. Go to the little mat in the corner. Not in a walkway. It's just weird. It's like you're showing you're doing push-ups. Like, dude, you're in a gym. You could be lifting 500 pounds. Show off in some, healthy, safe way, mind you. I was saying rip your arms off, lifting too heavy of a weight. But anyway. So push-ups in a public gym is a light, and I'm admitting, may or may not be. I'm kind of on the fence. Should I be upset? Not upset, mind you, but a little pet peeve. Like, what are you doing? Like. But officially, the people on the machine, the one machine in a gym that there's one of, and they're just on their phones. And that's tied with officially when they block a machine, no one's around, but there's a towel on it, and then you're like, well, is there a number? First off, no, it's a public gym. It's not your mom's basement gym. It's not your gym in the back that you let some people free use. Hey, just use the machine. I do this after the day. I don't like workout days. No, no. This is a public gym, buddy. If you're not on it, I'm gonna use it. You know, a towel on it, a water bottle. It's like, and where are you? You're across the gym doing what? You can guess what? In that time, someone could do their workout really quick, and you can come back. You're not on it. You're not on it. Anyway. Well, I was using it. No, you weren't, because I'm on it. If you were using it, you'd be using it. And guess what? I want to be in and out of the gym. Or if I have plenty of time, which who the hell has plenty of time? But if I have plenty of time, few and far between days, I don't even want to be there all freaking day. I got stuff. You always have stuff to do. Even if you're on vacation, you have stuff to do. So guess what? I'm gonna be kind of in and out of a machine. Within reason. Guess what? If I didn't have to remove a water bottle or a towel, I'll just use the machine for however long. But I mean, it's going to be pretty quick, really. I'll be working on it and bouncing. Now, if I know with my spider sense no one's waiting on it, and there's more than one machine, of course, I might check my phone if I heard a little vibration on my thigh from the phone. Okay. Oh, what was it? Is there anything important by chance at all, or even just of interest for a second? Okay, Yeah, there you go. And that was a rant. Maybe that's why they were excited to get me to do a pet peeve message. Anyway, the great visionary musician Slimman is coming up next. After a message from, is it a sponsor? Is it a message from the? It's anything. I knew that was coming. Scroll. Don't you love technology? From a message from the Tourism Council. Thanks, guys. And now a word from that Tourism Council. Looking for a romantic rendezvous this summer? Why not try downtown Portland, Oregon? Sure, there's more crime, but you could dodge the crime and maybe, just maybe, fall in love. Grab a unique donut, a nice slice of za, or any number of interesting foodie locations. Sure, it might be a little more crime-ridden, but it's not quite Gotham City yet. So come on down while you can. I'm sure the crime will take a turn. Maybe, hopefully. But nevertheless, the waterfront's still there. The sun's in the sky. The birds are chirping. Wait, don't walk in that puddle. But find a nice, cool, artsy spot in downtown Portland today. My next guest from The Gift to Your Ears, as a fan of his yourself already, or hearing so much of his new album Tune Effect on our episode 31, and what a gift it was. We thank him, and I want you to please thank my guest today, Slimman. Welcome to the show.
Glad you had me on the show today, man. I appreciate that.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, thanks for the gift that you give the world, your music and everything. Oh, and a lot of our fans were saying they love Tune Effect and stuff, so hopefully that, shows up on Spotify for you,
Yes, sir. Appreciate that. Appreciate y'all, man, for tuning in.
Oh, yeah. Oh, anytime. How do you get the what's the inspiration for Tune Effect? How do you as an artist go about crafting an album like that?
Really, it's like it's my work ethic. Like the way I record, the way I do music, I don't write because I got my own studio, so I just get in the studio and I have my presets already made. So however I sound, it's what I'm gonna sound like. So I just come up with vibes and then I just start putting the words with it. I might start recording at the back of the beat and have to start from the back to the front. I might start mid beat. You know what I'm saying? So it's just all type of ways that I record. But my inspiration. It's just people I met through life, and it just seemed like the people that's closest to me, they all do music.
Huh. Oh, wow. Huh.
And I done lost two, three producers in the past 2-3 years. So that's just more motivation for me to just keep on continuing.
Yeah. No, totally, yeah. I mean, it's kind of what, you just got to keep going no matter what. You got to use it all as motivation, feed it all to the machine, right? I mean, yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's kind of like life, you just got to take whatever you can get, and keep moving. Hopefully it's all good stuff, but yeah. No, definitely.
Even if it's negative, I try to consume it and turn it into positive,
Yeah. And I've learned to do that more later in life, for sure, yeah. Yeah, it's not always easy either. Oh. Huh. So you're saying are you saying also that when you were saying that create the music first sometimes, then the lyrics come second, or it just feels like what belongs there, or?
You know what I say, like, I have to explain it. Let me see how to explain it. Like, it's just like I said, my preset. I set my preset. So like, you know, however, like, you know, whatever auto tune key, if I'm using auto tune, like whatever key I'm in, I just get on the mic and I put the playback on to where I can hear myself in real time. So you know, I just come up with, you know, I just really just get on it and just however I'm feeling, just come up with a vibe, and like I said, the words will come with it. When I just randomly just say something I like, and be like, all right, I'm gonna keep that one bar, and wherever it's at, that's where I start from. Wow. So it might be like the last of the beat. Like some of these songs was like, you probably heard it, and you probably think that I, you know, started from the beginning, but really some of them I started at the back of the beat and had to, you know, fill it in.
Wow. Okay. Huh. That's amazing. So it's almost like a diary in a way, you know, because you're just creating as you go. It sounds like a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's
how you're feeling?
I like to record in the moment. You know?
Yeah. The closest to live as it can be. That's wild. Or live in the moment, you know. Yeah, man. Man, that's incredible. Huh. So you never like really like sit down and write lyrics ever? Have you done that with a previous album ever, or no? It's always just that's just kind of the way to do it, huh?
You know, I had to wrote the last time I wrote is probably like I see at least 10 years ago. No over exaggerating. It's like I don't have nothing against writing.
Yeah.
It's just and it's not hard to write. It's just I feel like it comes out better when you just you know just let it out.
Yeah. I mean, that's just your way. That's how you create it. But also, yeah, it almost makes it more true in a way, you know, or more authentic, more, you know.
I try to keep everything truthfully. As far as it might not be my life I'm talking about, it might be somebody else's life I'm talking about. It might be, you know, so it's all truthful. You know, and so I just try not to go too much into detail sometimes, but you know, just give it a vibe.
Yeah.
Coming from New Orleans, you know what I'm saying? It's just the lifestyle I had to live was different from most. So, you know, I just try not to go into that detail, but just give you good music.
Yeah. Huh. Oh, that's awesome. How long have you been doing this for?
I started off as an engineer, and like most of like all my, you know, close friends and family members, you know, all wrapped around me, but I was the only engineer who knew how to work a computer. So by that, I learned to, you know, take in everybody's sound. And most of those guys either, you know, dead or gone, whatever. So that's like I said, it's like I have reasons to continue, and you know, I feel like, you know, through music, I could, you know, let those live.
Oh wow! So like, kind of continue on their legacy, kind of picking it up, or?
Yeah, that's something my own.
Now, did you always kind of want to be a rap artist, or were you like initially like just gonna be a technician, or did you just kind of figure it out along the way, or? Oh hey, who's that?
That's my baby.
Oh.
Honestly, I didn't see myself like being an artist. I didn't see myself doing music. Honestly, it just was something that was always around me. Like no matter what, like I said, the people I've met, I just I had friends in middle school who was rappers. Who was real good at, you know, and I always used to go over. We used to freestyle, but I was never wanted to be one of the, you know what I'm saying? So it's really crazy that and I still not into it, like as far as like I want to be an artist, I want to be, you know, it's not like that, but as far as me doing music is a part of my life, so that's why I do it.
Okay, yeah. What kind of music or art would you say is like at your core? Hey.
That's something that I'm trying to figure out now, like, because a lot of people that I let hear my music, they say that you have like an unknown genre. And it's like, you know, so that's where I'm at with it. I'm trying to figure out what type of genre would be suitable. So that's why I need help, you know, with people that's listening, like what you know, category would I fit in?
Okay, yeah. Wow, okay. And well, it's definitely something special. You're definitely on that path for sure. That's great. That's cool. Man. So the daily life grind and everything kind of leads to the music, just everything you're feeling, positive, negative.
Yeah. And it's just, just being able to make good music, like I tell a lot of people, like rapping and making music is two different things. Like I feel like everybody could just rap. Anybody could just stay around, but it's different when you making music.
What's the most like fulfilling part of making music to you? Like making the sound, making like the backbeat or what? Like what would you say? Melody.
The finishing part, the finishing project, because like honestly, this Tune Effect album, honestly, I probably recorded that in like all those songs within a month. Like within a month, I get off from work because my second job I got off like 12 o'clock, so I get off and I make up something, just come up with something. Before you know it, it's done. Then I probably start another one. Wow. And before you know it, that one's done. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I just came up with the idea, you know what? I'm going to call it Tune Effect because I gave it 20 different vibes of me just, vibing out.
Yeah. And do you have to be like in a certain zone? Like you had a hard day at work when you come back, when you get off at noon and everything, or noon or midnight, whatever. Does it have to be a certain zone? Do you have to like be away from family, or do you like have to like, where do you first get that?
I get off, the household will be asleep, my daughters will be asleep, so I don't be tired, so let me go, because I got it set up, I got my studio set up in the living room.
Yeah, okay.
So I sit down and just, like I say, I probably roll my little backwood and just tune out.
Oh, cool. Oh, so when you said 12, you meant midnight. Oh, okay.
Yeah, midnight.
Wow, yeah.
So I make the best music around that time, like 2, 3, 4 in the morning. Sometimes I catch myself, damn, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. I gotta head to work.
Oh shit. Oh, you've gone on no sleep after. Oh man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So it kind of it's like a battery pack. It's like once I start, it's like it'd be hard to stop until I'm I feel like I'm able to just like, all right, I've done enough.
Yeah. But if you create something special and you put all that work in all night, I mean, it makes it worth it. But wow.
I actually had most songs that I recorded, and it was just like I was like, you know what, I think I got enough. So I just was like, you know what, I'm gonna just make a 20 piece. I'm gonna give you 20 different vibes of different sounds. Certain lyrics within it that'll hit you and be like, all right, it ain't just a vibe. He really saying some real life.
Yeah. Huh. Man, yeah, a lot of fans love it. They said they just couldn't stop it when they were listening to it, So yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Oh no, we appreciate you.
I try to give it a real feel. I try to give it a part of my life. Like I say, like within part of my life, as in whoever. It could be about whoever, somebody that I've known who went through something, or somebody that's close to me that's going through something. So like I say, it necessarily ain't gotta be me within the shoes, but it's a part of me.
Okay, yeah. So you're always storytelling, but it might not always be your POV. So, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting. Huh. That's really cool. Do you ever create any other kind of art? Like, do you ever like write like stories and stuff ever, or seems to be really good at that?
Yeah, but it's like I said, but it's a lot of stuff that I have recorded, but I just there's a lot of music I just have recorded just for like my some of my family members who just be wanting to hear me.
Yeah.
So so yes I do, but I need to start getting into that artist mode and really going into that. But that's why I need feedback from people who listen to me. Like, all right, I want to hear you hear your vibe, tell a story, or here's a story that I got, even if it's something that you could just send me in. Because I got everything hooked up to it. You can send a message to me in my DM on Instagram or something like, hey, I got a topic, or that's what I look for. Versus me just trying to just come up with stuff. I'd rather have it from my actual fans.
Yeah.
So they can feel like, man, that he talking about me, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, it's really interesting you put it that way. That like like you almost want people to tell you where it should go, and because it is special, it's different. Like it is rap, but I mean I would have just called it rap, but yeah, it is definitely like it's cerebral. It's like Like when I listen to that, it's I don't know, kind of like takes you places. It almost feels like you're in like a dream or like flowing through a video game or something like that, you know?
Man, them files be coming out of nowhere, man. I tell you no lie. Like I said, I just get on the mic and I'm gonna start making videos of me. That's another thing I'm trying to get into, this social media thing. Like I've been having social media, but I never got a chance to actually play with the gadgets to where I could be like, all right, I'm gonna show you how I make music and this and that and this and that. And give you the finishing touch. Yeah. But, you know, it's just I'm getting there.
Yeah. Man. And you're sometimes referred to as, like on Insta, for example, as Aquaman Slim. Is that like a tribute to the DC Comics character, or just because you like flow like water, or what?
All right, my daughter getting off school. So that name actually came from my latest producer, which is Big Phrase. So he just died recently. He was a big producer in Atlanta. He made a couple of hits with Beyonce, Gucci Mane, a lot of big artists, but those things I'm not really interested in, I just like making music. But as far as that name, he gave me that name because he, when I met him, he was like, man, you you have a unique sound. And he was like, man, you should call yourself Aquaman Slim as a alias. Or whatever. So man, he was a workaholic. I'm talking about, man, this man used to work, studio, work. He worked all the way up until he died. He passed in his sleep, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's another reason. But like I said, I turn everything into positiveness. It's reasons. I got my key. It's reasons I met people, to make me better.
Yeah. I feel that way too. I feel like everything happens for a reason, It's like, maybe people like don't think they're where they should be, but they'll probably end up there, you know what I'm saying? If they should be there, they'll end up there. Maybe it'll be years and years later, and like, but they'll be wiser for it, and yeah. That's wild. So have you been to Atlanta much, to that scene, or no?
Oh yeah. I just before I moved to LA, I was before I came here, I was in LA. Before LA, I was in Atlanta. Ooh, for a minute, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I was, I was able to bond with him for a little bit right before he passed. But I met him prior, like a couple of years prior to that. So but I always kept my own studio. I never liked going to the big studios because of certain reasons. Like like my other producer, he had a studio in New Orleans. He was from Compton, and he was doing the big, and and just like how some things go, people want to take from me, so he wound up getting killed in his own studio.
Damn. Oh my God. I'm glad you got caught up in all that, or you made it out, however deep it was.
So, like, coming up, lifestyles, like I say, New Orleans is a wicked city, but it made me the person I am. In a positive way.
Yeah. Surviving and thriving, and yeah. Yeah, my guest this weekend's from New Orleans, so yeah, man. That was wild. Now, why'd you leave New Orleans? Was it like Hurricane Katrina, or just family stuff, or?
I mean, so Hurricane Katrina. So what happened that year? We left that summer.
Yeah.
So we left the summer before.
Before it, yeah.
So yeah, we was watching it on the news as everything was going on. But my family, like my brothers and sisters, they were still down there. Oh. My dad, he swum through the water and everything. You know what I'm saying? That's the experience I'm glad I didn't have to go through. Yeah. But But I've been back and forth. Like I still got my I got my 12-year-old still stay down there, so I try to go back and forth. And if y'all ever visit New Orleans, please know somebody who down here. I love my city. It's a good city. We got the best food. Whatever. But please make sure that you at least know somebody that's down there, because it gets wild.
Like what? Like dangerous, like grifters? Like you might not come back, might disappear, or what?
No. What? Not like that. It's just a lot of like carjackings, and it's a lot of kids. Like I'm talking about they start off young, because we don't have much to do in New Orleans.
Now, see, was it always like that in New Orleans, or was it worse after Hurricane Katrina and stuff, or what would you say?
I feel like, I feel like after Katrina, that's when it got worse.
Because I was living in LA when Hurricane Katrina happened, and I met like a cool friend, and she moved to LA because of Hurricane Katrina and all that. And it's like, man, it's tough. I mean, first you see it on the news and everything, but it's like, oof, and it just seemed like, damn. And the way she made it sound, like, man, I don't know if I ever go to New Orleans, like it's
You can go
destroyed,
down
like
there
it's,
right now, and they still got some houses that say let's say 916, 921. They've never been touched since the hurricane.
wow, just because water damage and everything, or just ruined, or what? Or
a lot of people who own houses, they never came back.
Huh. Damn.
It was wild. It was wild.
And you,
So I was in Colorado Springs at the time, though.
oh wow, man, you've been everywhere. Huh.
Yeah.
What'd you do in Colorado Springs? Anything cool?
Let me see. I don't think I did anything out there. I did a couple things in Atlanta, Baltimore. Stayed out there for a minute. Stayed in Junction City, Kansas. Stayed in Spokane, Washington. Jacksonville, Florida. Probably forgetting some places because I smoke too damn much. Like, and everywhere I've been, I've met somebody who, what I'm saying, was in the music industry or did music, and we still like this to this day.
Huh. So where were you when you first started making music? Like what state were you in?
Oh, everything started in New Orleans. Yeah, I was in there for like 15, 16, about 15 years ago. Oh. But I ain't like just started getting serious about it for like 3-4 years. Like whenever I dropped my first 2019, I dropped the first single out. Oh. And then you go, I said, you go see my music, you'll hit a difference within it, because I got music on SoundCloud from years back, and you could tell I used to write. I just didn't like how it sounded when I write. It just sounded like a robot.
This wasn't quite. Yeah, you didn't have your voice yet. You were just kind of like,
Yeah, I ain't have my voice yet.
You're just sharpening the blades. You weren't cutting the steak yet.
I like them, mix and match them my own.
So do any of your kids have the music bug too, or no?
Yeah, so actually, I have a song from my 12-year-old. I did I recorded her a while back when I was in in New Orleans. And she put me out the room, and because she's shy, so I came back in the room. Like, man, she snapped.
Really?
She snapped. Like, she really snapped. Like, I'm like, okay, like but I didn't know, because I've been in and out of New Orleans. So as growing up, she I come down, spend time with her, whatever. But as seeing that and hearing it, that I know that because she know my music or whatever, she listens to my music. That's why I try to keep it at a certain level.
Yeah. Certain level of like not too adult, not too graphic. You mean, or
yeah?
Oh, gotcha. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah. Like I don't have any kids, but
like my baby girl, like when I'm sitting right here by the computer while recording, if I turn my head away from the mic, she grab my head and push it back to the mic.
Oh my god, keeping you on point. That's nice. That's great. She loves your music, so that's awesome.
Yeah, she know how to get my phone, click my little Spotify app, scroll through, find my face, and listen to my music.
Oh,
I'm like, these kids is getting smart.
Well, yeah, isn't that scary? I remember before smartphones, barely. That's crazy.
But I'll probably be working on about 4 or 5 different projects at one time. Like, that's how I like to work. That's how I come up with my ideas. Because I'll probably be working on this, and I'll be like, then I'll make a song that's totally irrelevant from this, and I'll be like, all right, so boom, 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 I'm gonna make this about this, and then I'll be like, all right, then I'll make more, then when I start putting them in different categories, to like, all right, this gonna be on this tape, this gonna be on this tape, this gonna be on this tape.
Oh, cool. See, that's a good way to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always crazy.
When
Like,
I work, like my work ethic, it's just like, man, I record so much. Like it's like nothing sounds the same, and that's my whole thing. That's why people say you have an unknown genre, because I just create, like I just feel like we call it a creations genre, shit.
Yeah, why not? I think it's helpful. Huh. This unknown genre. Huh. Like ever evolving genre maybe or something? That's wild, yeah.
Truthfully.
That's amazing.
And I'm still lying. I feel like I'm only going 1%.
Oh, cool. Well, increasing and increasing. It's that good already, man. You really can't wait, you know? That is tight.
Like I said, I've been in a big producer studio. I've been in these big time producer studios. It just ain't the same as having your own, because you're able to just, which up in those situations, I have to create. But it's just like, it ain't, it's just, my vibe is just, I like to have it at the house.
Yeah, why not? Especially nowadays. I mean, yeah, and it's just great.
Like,
technology.
Going to a studio just to play my music, and I've had that done, just to go to the studio, rent out the B room just to play my music. People coming knocking on the, man, who is that? Oh, we got, and like I said, that's how I meet people, through my music. It's like, it just draws you in. It's like, it just draws you in. That's why I try to keep it positive, where it ain't too demonic. It's just, everything you hear is just shoot 'em up, pop, pop, bing, bing. It's like, damn, I done came from that lifestyle and had to see that for my own eyes, and I still choose not to talk about it. There's a difference between saying, like, oh, you keep it on your or whatever, versus actually putting the action on it. Like, you did this to this person, I had to do this to this. And it's like, dang, even if you're not telling the truth, like, which is, music is entertainment. It's just like wrestling. It's all entertainment. So that's why I try to give it entertainment, but also be truthful.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's face the fact, it's entertainment, and that's why some things I don't care about certain big artists who, ain't living this lifestyle but talk about it. So what? It's entertainment, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, but some people look at it differently, so it's like, it's a debate about a debate. We're trying to change hip hop. I'm trying to revive it,
Bring it to the next level, really,
Yeah. It's never gonna be the same, That's for people to understand. Like, generation after generation, of course, it's not gonna be the same as your generation, or the same as my generation, or the next generation, because it's continually changing. I'm talking right now, so excuse me if I'm.
No, it's all good. You can't hear anything, yeah.
So that's why, like I say, I'm trying to revive it. Just bring it back, bring it over here. Y'all don't want it over there, we're gonna bring it over here
now. And so when you say you bring it to a certain place, like because of your kids, do you think if you didn't have kids, your music would be different, or not too much? Maybe like ever so slightly, maybe, but not really, or?
You saying as far as the kids coming up?
Yeah.
I feel like, I feel like they should just let the kids be them, because you hear some of these little kids rapping nowadays, they talking about grown-up stuff, you know what I'm saying? I feel like if a kid gonna, be in that limelight to make music, then they need to be making music about the things that your age range is doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
not
right.
With Lil Ray Ray who on the block doing this, you know what I'm saying? You need to be talking about what you.
Right, what you know,
yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we gotta be better as human beings. And prove to these kids that, it's okay to do this and do this and do this. You know what I'm saying? But in your way. They make it cool for them, the kids, to be them kids. Like, because they want to be grown-ups nowadays. So you gotta make it cool for them to want to do that.
I wonder if it's harder than ever with like the internet and social media and stuff, whereas before it was just, listening to like a Walkman or a Discman and stuff, but now it's like, huh, the whole world's out there trying to tell you who to be half the time, Oh, you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh. And so being a family man as well, has that changed your music? I know you try to make it less, graphic, but do you think the essence of it is a little different at all since being a father, or no?
Honestly, I haven't looked at it like that. It's just I always created it the way I created. So it just became a unconscious conscious that just automatically just tunes it right to where I'm not overdoing. They're gonna hear curse words, and that's another thing I'm learning to do, to take out the cuss words and find other solutions to the lyrics. Which is it's easy. It's just sometimes you just slip up and get lazy and you just want to use a curse word.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, they're gonna hear it in today's life every day anyway. So it's not okay, but it's okay.
Yeah.
That it's not okay.
Yeah.
That's okay with y'all.
Yeah. It's a weird time how you grow up and stuff. It's like, I mean, remember those rated R films and stuff. Yet we had Terminator cartoons and toys, and RoboCop action figures and stuff. Like, wait, that's based off a rated R thing. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So are there any shows or movies? You said wrestling, for example. Is there anything that kind of inspires your music ever? Or if you're just kind of want to vibe before your music, or?
That's a hard one because I be watching anime all day.
Right.
I'm into anime shows, but I feel like now today's society of shows is I be trying to watch Netflix or scroll through Netflix, but I be like, man, it's too demonic for me. Like, I don't mind watching it, but it be like, man, I can't be watching this. I got kids running around looking at this stuff.
Yeah.
So I like to watch anime because it's real, but at the same time, it's not.
Yeah.
So, I probably catch me chilling watching One Piece, but as far as me watching shows, but no, I don't have no shows or movies that inspire me to do music. It's like kind of just part of my life, so the inspiration is just infinity.
Okay.
Everything inspires me,
So in Atlanta, LA, is there anywhere you want to go you haven't been? I mean, you said that you're almost kind of locked down with kids now, but is there any place you want to live that you haven't lived, or?
Honestly, I wanna move back to LA.
What, LA? Yeah, more like Hollywood, or where in LA?
Where I was on Venice Beach, but just
nice.
just like the feel of. I just like the feel of. Let me step up.
I was like, she's making music.
I just like the feel of the lifestyle. Like it's just fast paced, just fast pace.
Yeah, I lived
in. But that's everywhere you go.
Did you ever go in the Valley, or I lived in Burbank for a little while?
I did. So I have a friend, Bookham Butler. He had some people staying up at Burbank. So yeah, I've been up that way too. It's nice.
Yeah, it's like when I first got there, I was like, man, this is fake. This ain't Portland, and especially with the seasons and stuff. But then I kind of miss it, I mean, yeah, kind of like you're saying, it's like, and you find your bubble of people that, your community, and you're like, all right, and then,
Just, everybody generous, everybody just, from all right, so the story that I've heard about California was all negative, besides, the scenery, whatever, but they make it seem like people just stuck up and that. But when I, finally went my 26th birthday, for the first time, I wound up going. Me and my girl went out there. We wound up going for a whole month. We were supposed to go for 2 weeks. I fell in love with it. But me meeting the people, I just had all good vibes. No matter who I met.
Yeah, just chill and.
It was just all good vibes. So that's why I didn't understand why people was like, man, the people here stuck up or this or that, this and that. maybe because I understand people, or I accept people for who they are and how they are. Probably because I'm 6'7", I don't know. But I guess people just like tall people. So I always had a good vibe with.
That is a stereotype, So yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know, but I had a good vibe from California. So you from LA?
I'm from Portland. I'm from Portland, born and raised, but I lived in LA for 5 years for acting, and it was chill. It kind of felt like, how would I describe the people? I almost feel like what you're saying. It's almost like they almost felt like they were all not on vacation. It was a vibe. It was kind of leisure. It was kind of relaxed. All people were kind of relaxed, right?
It felt like a modulator, like it's just a mod system.
Yeah.
You'll see the same people. Like you literally see the same people. We'll go on Santa Monica Pier or the beach. You'll see the same people working out. We'll pass here, and you'll see the same people doing this. So it just felt like a mod to me. In a good way.
It was like they were chill. It was like, how do I describe it? It's like a certain level of chill. It was like it was almost like people were dressed in clothes, but it's almost like everyone was just kind of chilling in their pajamas, like that vibe. Like I'm just walking in. Hey, how's it going? You know what I mean? Like
don't be at a red light and the light turn green. It could be 0.0001 second. And they blowing the horn at you.
Oh yeah.
They want you to pull off before the light turn green. I'm like, I had to adjust because I was like, man, why they blowing? Then I realized, oh, that's just what they do.
Yeah, they're like comets out there. Yeah. When someone asked me once when I came back here, someone asked me if I was a good driver. I'm like, I drove in LA. I'm an excellent driver. I'd be dead if I wasn't. So,
I like to drive for other people. I watch my surroundings. You'll see a person, you'll be looking at them the whole time, like, damn, you're not gonna never look left or right. Like, you just
yeah.
I hear me drive. I watch everything. I be all 360. I turn my whole body around if I could.
Yeah, I mean they're chill in Cali by and large. A lot of people are chill there, but man, the driving is kind of like how people say New York drivers are, but it's like no one's driving there.
So that's just fun. You gotta be on it. You gotta be on it. But that you can't be mad though. You gotta adjust. That's just how it is out there. So if you visiting or trying to move to LA or whatever, please adjust. You gotta adjust. You can't come trying to be you. You gotta adjust.
I remember there was one time, you say a near-death experience, this or that. There's been dramatic kind and more long-winded, almost near-death experiences. But there was one time in LA, it was like a split-second near-death because I was with this lady friend, I was driving her, and I instantly weaved out of the way of a car, just flying, I don't know, 90, 100, whatever on the freeway, going the wrong way. I was like, whoa! I mean,
yeah. That's why you gotta always pay attention.
If that hit us, if it would have hit her side, she would have been dead. I would have been, I'm guessing, messed up. I don't know. You know what I mean? But, oof. That was like a split-second thing, and it's like, that's just crazy. Yet, have you been there when it's raining? It rained once or twice when I was there. People drive they're 10 miles an hour. I'm like, dude, it is sprinkling. You guys need to go to Portland. I'm like, all of a sudden they're driving. It's almost like they're moonwalk driving. I'm like, how are you? Are you even going forward?
That's why that's something that they gotta adjust to. It don't rain much, so you can't really adjust to it.
Whenever it rained or got overcast, I got homesick. Yeah.
Your mind just automatically go into panic mode. I gotta drive
slow. It was
slow.
so funny. Yeah. But I remember one day I was so mad. Not mad. But I was kind of frustrated because it was just being from Portland and then driving in Cali, and it was just sprinkling, and people were driving like nothing. It was like they were. I don't know. It was crazy.
The rain here, you gotta have a positive mindset to live in this rain.
Yeah.
If you wasn't like a person like me, you would be depressed like this rain. I'd be going outside like, yay.
Yeah.
You see people just with their head down, nobody talking to nobody. You see how I used to be in a city. Ain't nobody talking. I get my energy from people. So if y'all feeling down, then y'all gonna have me up and you're tired and feeling down. No, I need everybody. Hey, come on, how you doing? What's down? What's up with you? Yeah.
Exactly. She knows. Yeah. See, she's bringing it.
I like to give. We gotta give life. That's wild. So how many kids do you have? Unless that's too personal. No, they got three. They got three little girls.
Oh, wow. Oh, special.
12, 7, and 1.
And 1, damn, wow. Huh. That's wild. Yeah, I don't have any kids, but I have nephews, and like, yeah, it's a trip.
My nephews and nieces, yeah, I couldn't even tell you. That's a big old question mark. I had to call my sister and brother, like, how many you got right now? But I just talked to my little brother. He said he got another little brother. Like that.
Wow.
I've been gone for a little. I've been in that zone. I might have had that boy, but I don't know when.
Wow. That's wild. So what are you working on now, music-wise? Like, is there a certain album name, or is it just all flowing and?
I've been kind of getting into the content of promoting my. Well, I just dropped another one, Diamonds for My Scars. That one is kind of personal, so that's about me personally. So if y'all want to go listen to that one, yeah, definitely get to know who I am. Definitely.
I like that. And where can we find that?
Same place, Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, YouTube Music, Pandora, Amazon Music. Shit, however form you want to search it up, you can Google it.
Isn't that wild? Yeah, it's like when people say where to find the show, I'm like, I listen to it on Spotify myself and Amazon Music, but I'm like, yeah, it's supposed to be everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, I know some international listeners listen to it on Ausha, which I didn't hear before having this show. So shout out to everyone listening everywhere.
Most people got iPhones, so 9 times I send Apple Music or Spotify.
Yeah. Huh. That is wild. Isn't it just crazy? Like, back in the day, you'd have to, like, rent a camcorder or something like that, or, have to go to a studio. Now you could just, like, you have like a studio in the palm of your hand,
True that. See, I got partners in jail sending me songs. Look.
Wow, really? From jail?
Y'all ain't hear that.
Yeah.
But that's it's just the work ethic that's within the circle.
Yeah, well, it keeps you going.
I'm like, I'm sending me songs. I'm sounding good. Right, because you literally record from your device in your hand. That's how powerful music is. I feel like everything through technology has just been to enhance music for some reason. You gotta have music, you gotta have them sound waves. The sound wave genre or some shit. That's what you call it.
I wonder how, like, what the first music was, like drum or someone humming, to someone else, kind of like, what's that? Oh yeah, and kind of nodding like, yeah, or
That's a good question. It's always been some sound, because you think about it, when even infants, they hear music with their body do, get the movement. So shit, they already know what's down. So something that's just always been. That's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother conversation.
Do you remember, like, what your first like lyric was, or first verse was ever, or no? Or the first, like, music you created where you're like, yeah, this is it?
I sure do.
No, yeah.
And look, we gonna have to thank Soulja Boy for this one. This was MySpace was out.
Oh, yeah.
This was MySpace was out. I had remixed it, Crank That Soulja Boy, and I called it Crank That Jimmy. So my nickname in elementary was Jimmy. So I had rapped on that beat. I couldn't tell you. All I know was Crank That Jimmy. That's the only lyric I remember.
Something like that, yeah.
I wish I had my old boss rate page so I could go back to it.
And you just had to buy it, and you're like, boom.
Ever recorded in history of recording.
Yeah, that's funny.
That was on Mixcraft.
Wow. I wonder if there's any way for you to find that, you know what I mean?
I ain't never delete the account, so I mean, they still got MySpace, right?
I think they still have it. Yeah, I heard people talk about it here and there. I know it changes.
Yeah, shit. If I wanted the CIA or somebody, probably could pull that motherfucker.
Yeah. Like one day you'll be able to find some sort of scary AI that we have in the near future. You know, you're like, hey, find more. You'll describe it and they'll just pull it right up. You're like, what the fuck?
I have that money. I probably could find it too. Give me a little cyber geek.
Mm-hmm.
From Tokyo. But he's from Jamaica.
It's funny. Stuff just comes to you and stuff. Yeah, huh. I remember being in like home ec class and I just like started doing a freestyle rap out of nowhere. I don't know what hit me and like yeah, people are like what? And then people kept letting me do that here and there through like months and months. It's funny when it just hits you.
I love you. You can't tell me nobody on this earth that don't like music. They might not like this type of music or that type of music, but somebody loves some type of music.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's the sound, the vibrations, if you're deaf, you want to hear the vibrations. You know what I'm saying? If you're blind, you just won't hear it.
Yeah.
If you can't feel then we gotta figure something out. We're gonna figure something out.
Yeah.
We're gonna work on it. I never thought about it that way.
I remember first loving beats from I went to Martin Luther King Elementary. I was like the only white kid like for a year and a half, and like they called me Charlie Brown. But like I remember like in class everyone would do beats on the table, like with their knuckles and like the palm of their hand back and forth and like really rapid and everything and like yeah, I got kind of decent at that. Made me want to get into drumming or something like that. But yeah, it's like.
My family members telling me now, you need to start rapping again. You need to rap again. I'll be like, man, I'm tired of rapping. Like,
Yeah.
Like I said, it's easy.
Yeah. Oh, they want you to just rap on demand or something like that, like at a family function, or?
Like just rap, like actually rap.
Oh, just straight up rap, not what you're creating, like this hybrid music. Oh, yeah. No, you gotta be you though, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But I could do that like easy, like that's how I start my music. But they feel I guess because my main vocals is actually like a rap vibe, but what they hear is my background effects, which is my ad libs or whatever. I'm harmonizing, so they feel like I'm singing versus me rapping. So I get confused, like, because if I take away all my ad libs, you just gonna hear the vocals, and I'm rapping. I guess it's the auto tune, but I like the auto tune.
No, yeah, if you use it, if you take auto tune's just a tool, and if you use it, using it for good, creativity, you're not using it for evil, and
Not everybody know how to use auto tune. I don't use auto tune songs, and it's just like, okay, what was that? It's just like I don't want to rap. It's only a certain amount of flows that you can obviously come up with rap. Like, let's just be honest. It's either this, that, somebody done reconstructed it, but not everybody can control a tune vibe. Because, tune gave you a gateway to create different types of patterns of sounds within patterns of sounds. So it's just like, I can't explain it. You gotta hear it. That's why I'm trying to come up with all these different types of sounds. So that's why I feel like most of these industry artists, that's why they trying to down the auto tune, because we getting better at it than they was at it. Because I seen a little video on T-Pain saying that, whatever he was saying. But I feel like, they mad that we just better at them at their own game. Which I don't, look at myself as being better than anybody. I just look at myself as being good at music. I'm still, like I said, I'm still learning. So there's no there's no limit to what you can be, because you'll never feel like you don't reach the limit. So I stopped searching for that limit and just started doing it.
Just gotta be the best you. Yeah. Yeah. I just feel like we just shouldn't, never stop evolving, That's kind of the beauty of art and creating,
Right.
Growing wiser, not older, right? So are you performing anywhere in the near future that we can promote, or what? What's up with that? Anything?
Try to search around. Like I said, I'm getting a feel about here or whatever. Trying to. Yeah. But I've been performing at Candy nightclub a few times. So I'm trying to well, the guy, he does it like every month or whatever. They had one recently, but I wasn't able to attend. But I try to see when the next one is, because that's a for sure thing right there. But I'm gonna also be looking for more. So if anybody has any suggestions about what's going on out here for this summer in Portland, let me know.
And the best place to reach you is probably Aquaman Slim on Insta or somewhere else?
Yeah, that'd probably be the best, Aquaman Slim on Instagram. Or you can just type in $, LIMMAN, Slimman. That's just the $. Also, my name should automatically pop up because I was the first Slimman. And I can't prove it no more, but back in the day when I became that name, I was the first one on Instagram. I didn't see nobody else named with that, so I'm the first man ever to be created.
Oh, cool, yeah. And then did you change the $sign after a while just to differentiate yourself for sure, or
Yeah, definitely. Then after that, I started seeing a lot of people change their names to $signs.
Oh my God.
Not saying it like that,
Oh, no?
But I did my research, I was searching these things up just to make sure, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Make sure my name, because at the end of the day, I want to be authentic.
Yeah.
But after that, like now that when I search it up, you find like 1,000 Slimmans, 1,000. I'm like, damn, I'm glad that I started it when I started it,
But is it 1,000 with the $sign too, or no, not quite, or?
It's multiple. It'll be like Slimman. With 3 M's or something like some stuff like that. Cause you can't make it with that.
Yeah.
Or it'd be like underscope with it, license. But I got the original.
Yeah, as
honestly, I think cause I don't see nobody else named that.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the first, that's another good thing about technology is like, you can prove it, it's like, okay, that's before this person, that person, that, from this post, that post, etc. I remember like in LA, some people were sending their scripts to themselves, not opening them, and they called it the poor man's patent. But we don't have to do that anymore because you got an old email, you got an old post, you got a But man, wild stuff.
I see one with Slim Man, but it's Slim than the capital M-N. And the rest of them look like features. The rest of them is me, but they just put the wrong UPC code for the features, so it'll go to a different Slim Man, which is all of my shit that's my features. But there's only one that says Slim Man with the capital M. And that's the recent page. Somebody from China look like, because it's in China. That's 2024, so that proves that I'm the only Slim Man. And I got that name from one of my brothers that passed. He used to call me Slim Newton. So I transitioned to Slim Man.
Another tribute. Wow. Man. Well, man, we probably took enough of your time. Thanks so much for Tune Effect 2 episodes ago. My fans truly loved it, like I said.
Yes, appreciate you for having me, man.
Yeah. Oh, and thanks so much again. I'll definitely hit you up soon.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, man. God bless, man. Night.
God bless. Good night.
And that was epic performer Slim Man. Catch his work, feel good, true, next level art that is still evolving. You heard from him. That's true art, you know? We gotta never stop. It's like they say, the shark that doesn't swim drowns, you know? Catch him on Insta under Aquaman Slim. And of course, he's the original Slim Man with a $sign for the S. Slim Man. Catch him on Spotify and more.
This episode of That Kev One Show is dedicated to iconic actor Dabney Coleman. Rep the brand as behind-the-scenes film talk, positive vibes, and discovering what the human condition is all about as nonstop creativity guides us on and on and on with That Kev One Show merchandise. Now for sale at thatkev1show.etsy.com. That Kev One Show, spelled of course that KEV number 1 N show. Hey, you're a fan. You want to rep it. You know how to spell it. So get it today and glow with us.
Well, friends, the theater lights have come back on overhead. Please clean up the candy wrappers you snuck in and traverse safely. See you next week, or superfans online at patreon.com/thatkev1show. Good night.
This portion of That Kev One Show is supported by Bohemian Dream Gifts, made with organic and natural oils that nourish and hydrate your skin. Man, I don't know if it's the weather outside or the gym that was killing my skin, because my right elbow on the, it itched like the Dickens, like I was becoming like the lizard from Marvel Comics. I think it's that machine where you put your elbow in and do the lifts, you know, for the bicep. But I was itching my skin like crazy during, well, I won't say who because I don't want them associated with rough skin, with one of our guests here in the near future here. But my right elbow was getting ashy and coming up, getting red and irritated. Anyway, I used some of the promotional cookie dough body oil from Bohemian Dream Gifts that they gave us, and my skin, I'm not kidding, came back. I can vouch for that one. The cookie dough oil baby body oil, the cookie dough body oil brought my skin back to life like an Evanescence song. I'm not kidding. My skin is smooth and happy again. 100%. You can buy cookie dough oil on Etsy at the Bohemian Dream Gifts shop. Check out their other stuff as well, but that's one that I swear by now. And as soon as my promotional one runs out, I'm going to order some myself. So go to Etsy and visit the Bohemian Dream Gifts shop today.